guys, welcome to the Gig Economy Podcast, episode 110. Thank you all for joining us tonight. This studio is sponsored by Irvines Auto Repair, Grand Rapids Hybrid, and EV. We'll talk about them a little bit later. You see we have a full house tonight. Jesper decided that his panties were a little bunched up in his crack, and so
well, thank you very much.
He decided, no, I'm kidding, buddy. He decided to do remote tonight, which is totally fine. He had a chaotic day. And then, of course, we have Steve and John. Let's see, Steve from Colorado, John from the communist country of California. Thank you guys.
Communism? No,
not
it's more of a banana republic.
And, I like that. I was gonna say anarchy, anarchistic state.
I can't disagree.
You can't disagree, but you're still there.
My family and friends are here.
Oh, I get you.
Just move out.
Move out.
Soon, when I buy a house, I will move out.
Nice. So guys, just gonna run through the housekeeping. Of course, we have the newsletter that Jesper hasn't done this year yet, I think. Oh no, he did January.
I maybe. I think so.
Anyways,
think I did.
You can subscribe to that.
I sent out one tonight.
That doesn't count. You said that on the last show. I want you to you can go to our TikTok. You can go to Steve's TikTok too. That motherfucker TikToks like 6 times a day. Give Steve some love. Ride Your Rodeo on TikTok. And then we have a Facebook group.
Rodeo.
If you can also share the show tonight. Also gigeconomyshow.com for anything of our show related. Picnic September 17th in Grand Rapids, Michigan. That would be great if y'all could come. Patreon members, we can't thank you guys enough. Keith from Indiana, Larry from Bowling Green, Samson from Grand Rapids, Steve from Colorado, Chris from Grand Rapids, James from Fort Collins, Bud Dickman from North Carolina, Tom Kelly from Houston, and Tyler. Oh shit, we talked about this last time. We remember the pronunciation. I said Cohen because that's how I have a kid. Kern? No,
it's Cohen.
No, it's not Cohen. He's gonna talk. He's gonna say it again, and we're gonna be like, I don't know. I can't remember what it was. I'm sorry,
Cone.
Tyler. It's Cohen. No,
I don't know.
It's Cone. It's just Cone. Let's call him Cone. Hopefully he's on tonight. Yeah, you can join the Telegram group, and then of course, Ride Your Rodeo Steve in the lower left. You can check out his show. Does 2 podcasts a week, probably more. Kane. God damn it, it's Kane.
You look like Kane.
All right, so this is what I'm doing right now. I'm actually going to
I knew that. I was just having fun with it.
I put it in phonetically so that from here on out, I'm going to say it right.
Like Kane the wrestler.
We don't watch wrestling. We
used
live
to
in the real world.
We're adults here.
Yeah.
Although I have adulted about enough today. I don't want to adult anymore.
Yeah, that's true. Speaking of adulting, I have a picture I want to show real quick. Look at this picture, y'all. Grand Rapids Hybrid in front of Jesper's beautiful new home. He brought the comfort van into Irvines. And
van is not comfort right now. It's not comfortable right now.
I thought that was your car and you had it wrapped.
Yeah,
you know,
this is how much I love Megan and her team.
You know, I asked them about that. I asked them like, all right, let's make a deal. I'll wrap my car with your logo and drive around during the winter. And we never came to fruition, but I would do that. I don't care.
But anyways, because you'd think something like that might work. It'd be good idea.
Well, I mean, obviously it must, because all their loaner cars have it wrapped like that.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, it stands out. So, yeah. So Jesper was in there. He needs some comfort tonight after he got the estimate.
I got the estimates. Yeah, which is pretty cool, actually. I mean, I must say, we've said this 100 times, right? But obviously, their team is super responsive. Bruce over there, he called me, and at the same time, hey, Megan, how you doing? At the same time, he also left me a text message with a link to how to go get all the estimates. Which is again super cool, easy, go through all the stuff and just approve of the client or whatever. Unfortunately, the big thing right now I got to figure out is there's a little bit of work that needs to be done on the van. So there's a decision on that as well. Yeah, exactly. Likely the decision will be I will drive out to Irvines tomorrow, hand it back there alone, and I'll take my van and I'll go away. And then I will drive it into the bay or something. I don't know.
Oh, don't
But-
do that.
No, I know. We'll
That's
figure
a
it out.
total loss.
It's not a total loss, and it's fine. But I mean, the reality is, as it is right now, it's not approved to drive Uber, right? So that's the problem. And it's a lot of money to get it to be approved to drive Uber. So that's the whole question. Do we do that? And it has a fair amount of cosmetic issues with it actually. And so the question is, do we do that, or do we take all that money and put it into a newer vehicle? So that's that. So exactly, Megan, you're right. I have all the information, and I can make an
Adult decision.
An adult decision, although not tonight. No more adulting tonight.
His last decision was to stay home.
Yeah.
Real quick before we again talk about Irvines. Radio show this weekend at John. Thank you. Radio show this weekend for tncradio.live. Definitely check that out. It'll be Jesper and Steve, 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Yes, Jesper, it is your turn again. Even though
I know. I wasn't gonna say anything.
Don't worry. That just means it's gonna be canceled. So
I know.
I swear to God, if that happens, we're switching weeks. No, I'm just kidding. We had a great time last week, Steve and I. We had talked about some crazy stuff on air and off air. It got off the rails. We need to create
Always.
a Patreon tier for all behind the scenes on that show, because that shit was X-rated that night.
I know.
Started with your
especially the end. The end
yeah,
guy.
no, it started with your kid.
Yeah.
So, anyways, no one will ever hear that, but it was a good time. Anyways, Catherine says she was just in an Uber accident, got it good enough to get back in the road. Then my AC is out 1K. Ooh, that sucks. AC is 1K. Are you in the Grand Rapids area, Catherine? I don't think she is. I don't know. Anyways, hey Hannibal, what's up? All right, Irvines Auto Repair, Grand Rapids Hybrid. We just talked about them. You can call them at 532-6600, or you can schedule online, irvines.com, as Jesper said. He got all the information, and you know, when you get that quote, you can accept or decline anything you want to do, which is incredible. And we can't thank him enough for supporting the studio and supporting us. And yeah, they do actually have a car show coming up. If you're into car shows too, I just remember that. I think it's sometime in August, but I will be at a podcast conference. So I cannot be there. But if you're in Grand Rapids, I heard it's pretty cool. Oh, she's in East Lansing.
That's only 40 minutes
That's
away,
my-
Catherine. You're
My
fine.
hometown, man.
Yeah, East Lansing. Woo woo.
That's where I'm from, Catherine. Born and raised.
Born and raised. And then
What are you doing where you are now then? Come back. Come home. Come home.
I don't know. Beautiful weather, healthy people, no frozen winters,
Yeah.
backcountry, mountains.
Unlimited weed.
I
you
will
get
say
unlimited weed here.
extremely expensive now though. So
Wow.
The weed or living there?
cost of living here is really, it's kind of like John.
Yeah,
it's
don't
in
come to Grand
California.
Rapids. It's expensive here too. I mean, not as expensive as you two bottom guys, but yeah, for sure. Tyler said,
Weed is available here now too, John. You can come here and get weed.
Gas is still $6 a gallon here, so
yeah.
So you
Hey.
can't go anywhere.
It's nothing compared to Denmark, okay?
Oh, fuck Denmark.
Hey, don't say that. Don't
Hey.
say that.
Hey, you're not even an American citizen, so I'll mute your mic in about 2 seconds.
Well, thank you. Then, it might do it just in time for me to, be obscene.
No wonder people want to flock to this country with that kind of.
Oh my god.
Hey, it's only $10 a gallon over there.
wow.
He's like, zip it, socialist.
Tyler said he broke his screen. That was a $1,300 loss. Oh man, no insurance on that thing? Holy shnikes. Man, 512 gigabytes. You know you can get a terabyte iPhone now? If you would get a new 13.
I have one.
You have a terabyte memory?
Yeah.
Holy shit.
I know, dude. I never need, I don't even need iCloud anymore. I need nothing.
I thought about, so I'm thinking about upgrading the 14.
I mean, that was really the only reason, too.
Really?
Well, I mean, the camera's a little, you know how the camera's always a little better.
Yeah, it's always a smidge
There
better.
wasn't really a lot of improvements, but that I hadn't upgraded in a while. I had a 10 and I was like, terabyte, I'm getting it.
Gary's Android, so he can put like 17 terabytes into his freaking his Android phone.
Mm-hmm.
That's one thing Apple doesn't
I'm Android as well.
Oh, yeah.
Team Android.
Android all the way. I'm Pixel. Android all the way.
Me too, Pixel 6.
Oh.
I don't have the 6 yet. No 6 yet.
Anyways, okay, where are we at? Let's get into some of the news. We got quite a few articles, quite a few pictures. First up, I mean, I don't think this is Photoshop, but I think it is. This guy was driving, and I don't know if you saw this, Steve, but if you can look closely on the screen, there is a baby there. How that guy didn't get a vagina shot and make it obscene is pretty, I mean,
well, I'm sure he
incredible.
got one of those, but he didn't want to show it.
Yeah, touche. So this guy,
he did, kind of.
Look at you stare, you weirdo. Oh my god.
I was trying to see, man.
He's looking. I'll be honest with you, I looked really good too, but when it first came
I don't think this is one of them fancy
Yeah.
3D pictures.
Never mind, it's just like
What color's dress?
Who's looking at the dress? You don't want any business down there after that lady just had a baby. I'm just saying. Saying. And so the next picture is kind of funny. Someone commented on, you have to have a car seat for the infant. So I just thought that was funny because everyone bitches about car seats and all that shit. So
well, it should have been Pete in the front seat then.
Yeah, exactly.
Why is the baby behind her back?
So when a baby comes out of the vagina,
I get all that. I was there for it.
It doesn't come out the front.
I know, but it also doesn't come out the neck.
What? The neck? It wasn't behind. It wasn't the neck.
It wasn't that bad.
Dude, look at it. It's like halfway up her back.
All right, put it back up, John. Let's see this shit. No, it's not. It's right by her butt.
It looks like it's coming at an angle.
But
okay.
Well, I mean,
Here's
we're
a
in
better
the back of an Uber, sir. Like, we just need to get this baby out of there safely. Like, oh my god, can you imagine?
I think she
can't
needs the
imagine.
paramedics.
I think that's what it is.
That guy looks way too calm though.
Yeah, I'd be my eyes would be like completely bugged out. I'd be like,
I wouldn't be in the car anymore. I'm telling you.
That's true. That's true.
And so what I want to know, Gary, is how are you proving to Uber to get the $250? Because that's a battle these days to figure out get $250 cleaning fee.
Yeah, it's hard.
Well, I don't think that Uber would want him. If the person was smart enough, they would not want him going to the local paper. Uber would not reimburse me for.
Did you guys read the caption?
After I played doctor and delivered a baby?
What caption?
It said, pick the wrong day to Uber.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Oh my god. My wife just texted me and said, "The fuck are you talking about down there?"
If she only knew.
Did you tell her to listen to the show and she would find out?
No, but apparently I'm
I don't
very
think she
loud
wants to.
and animated, and she can hear up the stairs like, She's like, "What show? Are they doing the gig show tonight?" They started a new show.
No,
Anyways.
this is threats tonight.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. No,
Special
that's gonna
version
be
of threats.
that's gonna be a tough cleaning fee for sure. So more than 250. Yeah, you just need to burn the car. I mean, at this point, it is you just need to push it off. So
There you
yes,
go,
sir.
one more car.
Yeah. If that was your van, you could just write it off as a
I
loss.
know, that would be nice.
We're gonna talk about earnings.
how-
Hey, yes, Burr, can you do anything about your mic? I cannot control it at all. It's pretty low.
It is low.
It is, yeah. If you need some, I can move on to another one while you're working on it, but it's pretty low.
How about now?
A little bit better.
Better.
Yeah, just put it up there like
Eat
Is
the
it better
mic.
now?
Yep,
There we go. Can you guys hear me?
a little
Yes.
I'm pushing the button. How's that?
bit.
I hear you.
Sounds
yeah.
the same.
I
It's
can
a-
hear everybody.
It's a little low. Maybe I'm just too loud. I'll just bump you.
I hear him
hang
just fine.
on.
Okay, I'm bougie.
See, it's you. It's your fault.
Irvines does not condone or agree with arson or insurance fraud. Catherine says we can do them fine. Apparently, my ears are plugged. So,
See, yeah. Thank you, Catherine.
all right.
Jason, he's the bad guy tonight. So how come? I want to know first. I want to know how come you assigned this very, very boring article to me. What the hell?
I'll be honest with you. Some of the articles tonight are boring, but it's something that I think
You're
we need
like,
to talk about.
fuck that. I don't want to read that shit.
You want to talk about having a baby in a car? I mean,
Hey, it was at least more interesting than Uber's
that's
first
true.
quarter earnings on Wednesday.
that's true.
Maybe he based it on the word count.
Yeah, there you go.
1,000 words. The next one's like 3, and he's like, you can.
He's
have
like
8.
anything over 250 words. Yes, what's gonna do?
Yes.
More like
Sure.
150.
Where's the slingshot? Ba-dum-bum.
The slingshot,
Okay. Whatever that thing is called.
It's
The
a
rim
drum.
shot.
The rim
Oh,
shot.
rim shot,
Something shot.
Oh boy.
I'm gonna die.
Emotional damage.
So Uber is said to report first quarter earnings after the bell on Wednesday. Holy shit!
Do you need me to step in? Or you need some
No,
water?
it's fine. I gotta be here. Hang on.
That's not going to help.
The latest financials came after what appeared to be a daunting 3 months for the company. Shares are down more than 29% year to date as inflation challenged consumers and the spread of the COVID Omicron. Basically, this article is just a boring article about how Uber is not doing very well. And obviously, they continue to blame the fact that Ubers are not, the riders are not really coming back. And of course, the heightened fuel prices. So that's really basically what it's all about. Even though they did report a heightened first quarter EBITDA in an additional $25 million at the midpoint to 130 million, whatever. So anyway, so they made more than they thought, but they are still not good enough.
Are they ever going to be good enough?
Who knows? So one thing I did like that the article is talking about, and I think they really seriously need to consider this, is better incentives, right?
Yeah.
They need to change the pricing model. It just, I mean, I think that the issue here is that it's no longer just the pandemic, right? There's something deeper going on here that they need to fix, and we all know what that is. The pricing model is not good enough for us.
Nothing changed for the drivers, but the pricing model for the first time ever has changed in the last year. I mean, they're paying 250, 300%, 150 plus, 200% from.
You mean passengers?
Yeah, passengers.
Yeah,
right.
And it's
but
not getting. Well, that's how they're supposed to be making money.
I know,
But the problem is there's not. It becomes a math issue, right? If there's not enough drivers on the road to take the rides, they're still not making any money. And so, even though they haven't changed the pricing model for us, the gas keeps going up, the inflation keeps going up, so everything costs more, but we ain't making more. So that's your problem right there, right? And I think that's the issue that they have to address.
Yeah. I had a quick interview with a Business Insider, and then I was going to send them to you guys, but he didn't want any more podcast people. So I sent them to Larry. And so Larry actually did an interview with him yesterday too.
Okay. On what platform?
On the guy's writing an article for Business Insider.
No, but lifting with Larry?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But I just said to the guy, because Larry hasn't done a lot of podcasting lately. He's like, I don't want any more podcasters or YouTubers. And I was like, well, then, because I knew Larry was working the pandemic as a rideshare driver too, so he would have been great for this.
Okay.
But he was asking about, what basically his article is, what is the solution here? Because it's not working. It's just not working. We're not.
Right.
Like that's a new bottom line. It's not here's a problem. It's just not working. What's it going to take to really get real rideshare drivers back. And like my part of it was, quit the marketing money. Somebody needs to really look into this and take away, like right now, I told Gary Middleton today that he's joking about rideshare, but I am getting all my stuff on my car done because I'm doing a 250 rides. I should have done it was 4,200, but for $3,800.
Wow.
Okay.
So I'm feeling okay to go back to rideshare. And
yeah,
I mean, but here's the thing. I'm doing it for that incentive, and then I'm done.
Right.
Yeah. I'm not
doing 251 rides. I'm doing 250 and I'm done. And I know for a fact I won't hit the 3,800. I'm just counting on getting it.
Yeah. Yep. I'm not doing it for regular rate.
But that just proves if a veteran like me and you guys were sitting there saying the same thing as I was saying it, if all of us veterans know exactly what I'm doing, I'm not helping Uber. I'm coming back as a very temporary crutch.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And then after 250 rides, I'm gone.
Yeah. That's
so
pretty
you pretty much wasted the money there. That's just wasted money to even do this for me.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Why do you think they're doing those big amounts then? Do you think that it's going to be enough for some drivers? Must stick to it after that, though.
Sure.
Maybe they just know, like me, you. I mean, I don't think John ever did, but me, you, and Jesper who have done rideshare. Even if you drove all the way up till the day of the pandemic, when the pandemic hit and there was no rideshare, if you pivoted or you got out a gig or whatever, you probably looked back at some point and were like, I can't believe I was making change for the mile. And you were finally looking at these numbers. And as the pandemic went on, you might have gone, well, I'm not coming back. So if you haven't come back, I think their reason is let's try and attract these people back. But we're on to you guys. Or, I mean, like we're on to this. Like when I saw it, I said, oh, $3,800. What do I got to do? I just looked at the requirements, said I can do that. Take me 3 weeks, maybe,
Yeah.
And that's.
I did the math and it comes out to $15 per ride.
Oh, it does?
Yeah.
I mean, that's not horrible.
Yeah.
No, but I could get I've been talking to Gary about just getting a cheap Pixel phone and just use his app and just do ride shares with in Denver, it's easy to get them all day too, and just set the settings for I want low mileage trips.
Right. Yeah.
2 miles and go downtown.
Yeah.
And even though I know that's a crap pay and it wouldn't make me money, I'm not doing it for the reasons that I should. I'm doing it just to hit that number.
So you had to hit those rides within 30 days?
60
days. And there's no acceptance requirement or anything like that?
Mm-mm.
Oh, yeah. Then I would use that filter and just get short ass rides.
Mm-hmm.
Bang it out and then be done with it.
Yeah. If I put 2 miles and I'm in downtown, that's good because then I'll only get business people moving around.
Yeah. So are you going to do it?
Yeah. Yep.
Oh, yeah. You're planning on it?
Yeah. I did it today. I just need to go get my. I need to go and get my dot test.
You do?
I do.
That's crazy. I still can't get over that. It just cracks me up every time I hear DOT now. Oh, anyways, where'd Jesper go? He's adjusting his nuts. You guys remember that show when he called me out? We weren't on the screen. He was in studio, and I just had to adjust. And it was like a video or a picture, and he was like, "What are you doing over there?" I'm like, "Jesper." I should have sent him a message, but anyway.
What?
He's taking he got a little hot down there.
Oh. He was hot.
He was hot.
I didn't want to show anything that shouldn't be shown.
All right, moving on. I don't know why I put this on here, but we'll talk about it. Basically, it's gig work in Canada. So it says more than 110 of Canadians, 13%, so they participated in the gig economy workforce in 2021. 56% of Canadians said they have tipped more since the onset of the pandemic. So that's cool. This one was interesting too. Many Canadians are not aware that gig workers have to pay tax on tips.
Why would they not have to do that? Why is that?
Because, first of all, they're a non-tipping culture.
Oh, they are
big time.
Okay,
big time. It's like going to Europe. They don't. It's not. If you go to a restaurant, it's not expected to tip.
Okay. Interesting.
In fact, they look at you weird. Like,
Well,
what's this? You
It's
left
an
your money on
insult.
you left your cash on the table. No, that's for you.
That's because they actually getting paid a livable wage.
Well, yeah.
Kind of.
Well, yeah, kind of.
It's not really that great.
Right. I never think about Canada and the gig economy. I mean, of course, it's all over the place. It was kind of interesting to read this article. I know we have a Canadian in our Telegram group, but yeah, it's just an article about, make sure you need to report all your income, write everything off, blah blah blah. But yeah, it was just interesting that I saw that many Canadians are not aware that gig workers have to pay tax on tips. I wonder so the tipping must be dog shit in Canada. You know what I mean?
Well,
Like
yeah.
if they're not a non-tipping culture.
Well, plus they're probably getting used to the fact of, I mean, think of it like, I've been reading other articles about the tipping culture going into Canada right now. And so it's like, if they're going to do that in restaurants and stuff too, think about that. Cause like a manager, like I know this from the standpoint that a manager would have to come over and check a waitress out.
Mhm.
So when she's done, and obviously a waitress isn't going to put any cash tips in.
Hell
She's
no.
only going to put the credit card tips that she had
Right.
as tips she made that night.
Yeah.
So if she made
no,
200 in cash and 40 in credit card, she's going to claim $40 in tips.
that's
Right.
what I used to do when I waited tables. I kept the cash in my pocket.
Yeah.
But
What cash?
Yeah, what cash?
wow. What, you saying I was a bad waiter?
Well,
No.
everybody knows that.
Yeah, I got fired from every one of those places. Fucking hated people not doing their work. It
was
really
the
pissed me off.
beard.
No, I didn't have a beard back then.
Wait,
didn't
you were
have a-
young ones?
Hey, now. There's a
But then
little bit-
remember too that Canada doesn't have to pay what I have to pay for medical insurance every month.
That's
Dude.
true.
our
Let's
medical
not
insurance
get into that,
sucks.
Steve.
No,
No.
I'm saying that's a good thing, dude.
I
would love to not pay my medical bill.
I know, bro. Like my insurance sucks dick. We pay like $400 a month. I had a colonoscopy and an endoscopy like last year. It cost me over $1,000 out of pocket with
Right.
insurance.
Right.
Like what the frickin'
But-
frack?
But 70% of the problem with American health insurance is the insurance companies.
Oh, I would say
Oh.
more than 70.
Well, it depends on what weight he's given the pharma companies.
Well,
Well,
there
yeah.
you
Because
go.
they're the
that's
rest
true.
of it.
It's that's the problem. But the problem is the Canadian system and most of the European systems, they have actually, corporate healthcare too. Their systems isn't the best ones either. That's the problem.
No, there isn't. I don't think there is a best one.
No.
We can
Somebody's-
complain about any of them, but it's nice when you are able to access an entire network of doctors outside of the network that you have to pay for.
Right.
But just because you're a citizen of the country and in your taxes, that is covered. I'm not saying move to socialism. I'm just healthcare
No.
needs to be fixed
I mean, tell
in a big way.
no, and absolutely it does. Tell me why it's right that when I went to the hospital in Florida, right, it cost me $6,000 to get a stupid 45-minute exam.
Yeah, that's
They-
bullshit.
They built my insurance.
DeSantis.
They billed my insurance company $6,000 for. I'm not telling you what test it was. No.
That's what happens when
FTE.
you're in a no-income state.
This is why people take Lyft and Uber to the hospital. When I had my perforated stomach ulcer in 2005, I couldn't get up off my floor, had to call 911, and they got to my front door and we were on the phone and they were like, "Can you open the door?" And I couldn't get to it. So they had to kick the door down. And I lived in this 1896 home at the time with my ex-wife. And it was, they kicked this door down. They did nothing to help with the repair of that door, which was horrible. But now my insurance like Jason, my insurance was like $700 deductible, but my insurance bill for the 4 nights I was at the hospital was like $127,000.
Mhm.
But 5,200 of that was the ambulance ride that was 2 miles.
Ah! Yeah.
So people wonder why people are calling Uber and Lyft for $15 to get to the emergency room. That's
Right.
why.
yeah.
Oh yeah. Have you guys ever done an emergent ride?
No.
If anytime I've got somewhere and I had somebody, I'm kind of looking at them like, because that was always meant for doctor's appointments. I know they even made it weird with you get an offset of money. Well, it wasn't a normal ride, so like people were thinking it was okay, but I never had a situation. But I was always looking like I was for a drunk at night. That if they had anything like they were holding their heart or something, I would have called 911.
Right,
stood there and waited for the ambulance to get there.
I'm not asking if you did a ride that from Uber or Lyft was marked as an emergency ride, but have you ever taken somebody to the ER, to the hospital?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember one night, it was 1:30 in the morning, and supposedly his finger was hanging on by a thread. I didn't know because it was kind of wrapped in a blanket. But yeah, we took him to the ER. So
I don't really care too much. I mean, like Steve said, it's all about the situation. You're driving up, like you said. If he had his finger off and it was all wrapped up, I mean, I guess I would be fine with that. I'd definitely be checking for blood for my cleaning fee, but
it was not. I checked, but again, and it was a 3-minute ride, so it was no big deal, right? It was downtown going to the ER. So, but again, it was just in that situation though, I was happy to be able to help, right?
Yeah, for sure.
It's
but
the
now
other side of it.
Yeah, with COVID though, that's kind of one of the reasons I didn't drive is obviously because that's an easy way to spread in the car. But man, that would be a little weird. All right, John, moving on. Let's talk. This is Jesper. I don't know what your all thoughts are on this guy.
So I think this is pretty cool. So he's out dashing with my trusty body cam. He has found that it seems to make merchants much more friendly. Wonder why that is. You know, if you come into the restaurant or whatever, and he's like, "Yep, you are in candid camera, my friend."
I think that's weird.
Which part? Being the employee and seeing him come in, or being him, or
wearing the camera?
But I mean, Kim does the same thing.
Yeah, but
every day she does that. She does the same thing. She wears a chesty.
Yeah. Does she say that she's recording or anything like that?
I think it's just known when a GoPro is beeping red and you walk in.
Yeah.
It's like, I mean, that's one thing about a GoPro. That's not a turn off feature. It beeps red.
Well, you can put some tape over it, right?
Yeah.
No, I just think it's weird. I mean, I guess if you're a YouTuber or streaming or whatever, I mean, I guess it's a little bit different. I don't know. The guy seemed like he was doing it just to protect himself or make merchants be more.
Well, I mean, what is it we always said when as an Uber driver, as a rideshare driver, what is one of the most important things to have in your car?
A dash cam.
It's a dash cam, right? So this here, I mean, a 57 Magnum. No, isn't this just the next step as a delivery driver to protect yourself? I mean, it's weird, sure, but I think isn't just because he's like, I don't know. I mean, is this where we are going to have to go to?
I mean, no, I don't think we're far from that, but again, I don't actually have a problem with the streamer end of it for whatever reason. It's just that guy, the way he presented it, it just seemed a little weird. But
yeah, I think it comes. Oddly, John was talking about something a couple of weeks ago or so about like how you really don't want to get in the faces of these restaurant workers right now. They're really having a hard time keeping them staffed.
Mm-hmm.
And then on top of that, not just the staffing, but keeping them happy too, and not just annoyed by everything, which the disruptors, the delivery companies have now come into, and they're disrupting a bit. And I think that right now, like it's like they're having to deal with the people coming in. I'm with okay, just settle down. Like the people they like the best are the quiet ones. But you come in with a GoPro and it's beeping, and you're like, "Hey, come here!" And they're like, Jesus. I quit.
Well, yeah, I mean, you kind of look like an asshole too. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, that's my point. Is I'm more like about like the restaurant worker there.
Yeah,
right.
Like I feel for them because they're already going through stuff, and now like you got a bunch of people running in with body cams.
Yeah, that would be weird. I try to, even not in my gig work, but even just me personally, when I'm going to the restaurant, I have so much more patience right now. Just for how long it takes. And my kids are like, "Oh, it's taking forever." I'm like, listen, You're lucky they're freaking open. I said, we are going to chill in this car. We're just going to relax. We'll get there when we get there. And yeah, it's rough out there. I'm telling you, especially, you know, with the way the pay has increased, not for food. Well, the pay has increased for everybody except Uber drivers, apparently. But why would you even want to be a restaurant worker where you could go for, you know, 2 doors down and make $5 more an hour? You know what I mean? So if they're already there, either A, they struggle with employment, or B, you know, they struggle with employment. But my point is it's nice that they are there. So let's treat them with kindness. And we should have been doing this anyways. I don't know why people mistreat people like that, but
and I think that what most people are forgetting is that the people out there are actually helping the situation.
Yes.
Right. I mean, don't get pissed off at the people that are there. Get pissed off at the people that are not there.
Yeah.
I mean, they're working their asses off.
But the problem is you can't take it out of them because they're not there.
No, I understand, but that's why you should have extra grace and you should have extra patience.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, don't yell at the people who are there.
No, that was John's point. In fact, when we were talking about this, was like, listen, just kick back, let them know you're around.
Yep.
Yeah.
Over here. I know you're busy. Do your thing.
Yeah. Yeah. I definitely try when, you know, I was done with gig work mid-March because I went back to my other job. But yeah, I try to be like, I don't hold my phone in there. I'm like, hey, I'm just here for thing or whoever. And I was like, yep, I'm cool. You know, I mean, it is what it is. There's you getting pissed at them is not going to speed up the process.
And if that's your attitude, just unassign it. And I'm not even a big fan of that, but just do it, because
I've done that.
Don't go in there and be that guy that's just going to be pushing and shoving people. And they're having to run the restaurant. If they're open inside, they're having to run takeout of their own, people calling, and then they're having to run all 3 platforms showing up that they probably still don't have a working system in place. It's just always morphing. They're like, okay, this is horrible. Let's try this. Let's move the food over there. Oh, everybody's stealing it. Okay, let's do it's. I can't even imagine. It's almost like trucking logistics now.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And then you got these, you know, people that don't, you know, whatever. They don't have it. I don't know why they're at McDonald's. I don't know why.
Right.
But you're right. Logistics, trying to manage all that and people screaming at them. They're like, I'd be like, fuck this.
You need to have a full time. If you are doing good business on a weekend, and I know it's hard to keep it step, but you needed to have a full-time food expediter for the platforms.
Yeah. Right. Just for the platforms.
Yeah. Just not running it to tables and stuff, staying there at the door, coming up with a system where you've got it down.
For sure.
And you're like, who are you? Boom, boom. Here you go. Or yours will be 6 minutes outside. Come back.
I think that what most of the restaurants are failing to see is the fact that having that person will actually make them make more money.
No, I don't think they're failing to see it. They can't hire it. Nobody will take the job.
That's true. Yeah. That's true.
Dude, restaurants aren't even doing what they used to. They're just hiring. Like, you're hired for what? I don't know. Just get in here, man. We'll figure it out.
I saw a post on Facebook the other day. They're like, we need people. We won't ask questions. We won't drug test. It literally was like you could be a crack whore, and they'd be like, yeah, I'm good. I'm good, bro. Like, get in here. We need bodies. Like, don't care. I don't need your story. Just fucking do it. So, sorry, yes, for the spit take. All right, moving on. Ron, you want to? This is just a video which we wish would happen to all porch pirates.
Is the Reddit one?
Yeah, sorry.
the sound was bad on that one.
Yeah, sorry about that.
What if?
Looks like New York.
What if that guy was coming from the shoe store to take back shoes for the people who live there? And he because he had that white bag, he put it on it. He picked up the shoebox. He's walking, and the other guy just beats him for no reason. He's some weirdo homeless dude that doesn't even live there.
Oh,
I don't think that's what
I don't
happened.
I think the guy who lives there jumped out another door
Yes.
on a window and it beat the shit out of him.
Well, I don't think he tried to beat the shit out of him, but he wasn't landing a lot of those punches. But have you guys ever gotten anything stolen off your porch?
Nope.
No, me either.
Well, not that I know of, anyway.
Yeah,
I've had a couple missing Amazon things around the holidays, and then sometimes I've had a neighbor from a couple blocks away give me something, but like 4 days later, and they'll even tell me that, like, I got this like 4 days ago for you. I'm like, do you only come out on Thursdays? Because
have any
maybe
guys...
I needed that. Maybe it's insulin.
And now I'm dead. No, have any of you guys thought about getting one of those chests or anything like that to protect against like deliveries? They make these boxes that you can even protect them with like a 4-digit code or whatever, and it's always open. You can always put stuff in it, but you can't take it out. So it's like a big box you can put it on the porch.
Huh.
Is it an Amazon product?
No, it's not. It's several different companies, up and coming companies, are offering these things for areas. It's basically like a big. You can even get it as an ice chest option if you're having groceries delivered. You can do that. So that's something that I've actually looked at. Whether or not we should go to that. If I lived in a different area, I might think about doing it. Grand Rapids is, at least where I live, is not that bad. So we've never had anything stolen, but
if I lived in a lot of areas of Denver, I would absolutely just check the box on Amazon that says, if I'm not home, don't deliver it.
Oh, fuck that, dude. Or
give it to my neighbor or whatever, dude, because you don't just, if you live in a high robbery area, you don't go, well, I'm not going to be home ever during the day, but I order a lot from Amazon. Good luck.
Bro, my attitude when I roll out for a flex route is, I ain't bringing a package back. I don't care if it says don't deliver if I'm not home. I'm delivering it. I'm sorry. Figure it out. I know it sounds rude, but like, I'm an independent contractor. I'm not getting an hourly rate. I'm sorry you weren't home. I apologize but I'm not driving all the way back to the...
Would you at least look at a door if there was a note that said, hey, could you leave it with my neighbor? This is a sketchy neighborhood.
I definitely would do that if there was a note there. And I'm not saying I'm just chucking it in. I'll hide it. And I take a picture. Like, I'm not just like being a dick about the package, but I'm sorry. If Amazon gave us a specific time, like you're working 4 to 8 and these customers can get deliveries 4 to 8, I'm down with that. But I mean, they're giving me businesses at 7 o'clock at night. I'm dropping it off, man. I'm not driving back to the warehouse. I'm sorry. A lot of these apartments.
I don't think you are sorry.
No, you're right. I'm not sorry.
Have you guys used the Amazon Locker?
Oh, those are great. Every apartment complex should have them. They're great. I love them. And that's
a lot of them do.
They have those at Kohl's now too. Did you see that?
Oh yeah,
you can actually have your package delivered to Kohl's.
I've delivered Amazon packages to Rite Aid, like in kind of rural areas. Like there's a Rite Aid drop, and it's weird. There's no lockers. You just hand it to the cashier.
Well, and so at Kohl's, it's just
sketchy.
It's just a cardboard box. At Kohl's, all the boxes that have numbers, so you drop.
Oh
it
really? Huh.
Yeah. So I don't know how that works, but yeah.
I mean,
yeah, I'm at 7-Elevens too. The lockers.
Okay. Yeah. So Steve, if you live in a sketchy area, then you should ship it to one of those areas, not to your home. Then
I don't live in a sketchy area.
Well, I'm just saying as an example.
Why are you talking to Steve? He lives there.
Well, he brought it up about that. Yeah, like Gary said, I don't get paid to drive back to the terminal. Like, I'm sorry. I mean, if it's on my way. The only time I'll drop something off if it's a canceled order, like it says they're canceled, do not deliver it, I will drive those back. But
what about like, don't you guys have those Amazon lockers at 7-Eleven?
Well, we don't have 7-Elevens here.
No, all 7-Elevens are gone out of Michigan.
Well, whatever. What do you got, Dairy Queen?
Yeah,
I ain't
but what's it
delivering
called?
my
Wawa.
package to Dairy Queen.
Wawa.
No, they know what I'm saying.
Yeah. No, they're around. I don't know. I
Like at every 7-Eleven here, there's a block of different size orange lockers that say Amazon.
Yeah.
And they're always on the side of the building, and they got cameras all over them. And they give you a code. You dial in the code.
Okay. Yep.
Yeah, we have them here too.
Guys, Amazon's taking over the freaking world.
They
I
are.
don't
I
know.
know.
I don't know. I kind of like it, but I kind of don't. But
Oh yeah, it's gonna be. I mean,
You know what? I just paid my monthly or my. You know how your yearly you leave
Yeah.
an auto
Yeah,
renew
Prime.
Prime. Yeah.
I swear, man, if it was, maybe it went up a little. I remember when it was 99. Maybe I remember 129, but I just got paid mine. It was 159.
yeah, it did.
Wow.
It went up again. Yeah, it's still worth it, bro.
Oh,
Like-
it is.
yeah.
It is. But this guy doesn't need it.
Yeah,
He does not need to be.
But Steve, he doesn't get the money though. He takes part of it, sure.
Really?
He doesn't get all of it. I mean, the amount of
He's
money
the richest man in the world.
but the amount of money that he wastes that is being wasted right now on Amazon.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I mean,
But
He
look,
can
but it's
only
not like an Uber that doesn't make money. It makes
oh
money.
no,
Yeah.
I know it makes money absolutely, but it's not like he gets it.
He
I
gets
mean-
a lot of it, man.
Oh
mean,
sure, but he.
They
Yes,
are a
but why-
publicly
but why
traded
shouldn't
company.
You
Why
want me to
shouldn't
explain
he,
how
though?
commerce works?
No, I know how. But again, why shouldn't he get it?
Oh no, we're not saying
No,
that.
but why do I have to pay 159 instead of 99?
You don't have to.
when
You don't have to, Steve.
I know.
You can say no.
but I'm not gonna. So
No, but that,
well,
that-
it really is. It really isn't a good deal unless you get stuff shipped every week. I mean,
I'm with you guys that like that's still a deal. I'm just I don't know where my threshold point is. I don't know
Right.
where I'd be like, nope, no more.
Well,
But
you
what
just have to track how much you buy and how
Yeah.
much it would cost to ship it.
what
Right.
about
I
all
mean,
the
I'm just
additional shit you get? Right? I mean, the Amazon Prime Video
Fuck
platform.
that. That's
I use it.
you know,
I
Amazon
use it every
Music never
week.
used it once.
not me
Oh.
either.
all the time. It's great.
Okay,
I use it
so
all
you're-
I mean,
you're
that's
on
the
Jeff
thing.
Bezos' dick. Okay.
Why am I the bad guy? Don't make me
You're
the
not.
bad guy.
Bezos is. He should become more of a humanitarian, making $200 billion a second. Really,
mean-
become a humanitarian, dude.
Yeah.
How do
Right.
you know
I'm
he's
sorry.
not?
Like, even if it's
How-
against
how do you-
everything you believe, become one right away.
How do you know
because
he's not?
Oh, come on.
He's not at all.
He ain't giving shit away.
Dude, he runs sweatshops. You got to pee in Gatorade bottles.
It's true.
I pee in Gatorade bottles. Rude.
Like, these are
What's wrong with
W2
that?
employees that have to do it.
So
Punch
do
that-
I did it today. I can't pee
He
in the
says
yard.
proudly.
Well, you do landscape. You could pee in the bush.
No way. Cameras everywhere now, bro. Like, no. I'm gonna get on the sex offender list. Okay, we haven't got the one ad.
Speaking of that, no, I gotta share some. So I saw this new thing on Amazon. Actually, it was a pee bag with those crystals inside. So it all the liquid, it's get deliquified as you
It
pee
gets
into
hard?
it. It gets hard, and so there's no mess.
That's
So-
not nasty.
I know, right? It's
I
all the
just dump
stuff.
my pee
Like,
out.
it's the stuff like that's inside a diaper, right? So it's that kind of stuff. So you pee into it, and it
Absorb
kind
it.
of gets and then you can just throw it away.
Why would I throw it away? I can use the same bottle over and over again. It's savings after savings. I just dump it in the street. I mean,
I think this would be a good time to move on.
thank you, John. Fucking produce this show. Let's go. Oh, poor Gary. He's like, why
On
did
that
I sign up for this? So Middleton Technologies, go to what is their website? MiddletonTech.com. They have driver's utility helper, Maximal and Flex Alert. I know a lot of people use Flex Alert, which I do. I use all of them. One cool feature that Gary just launched a couple of months ago, correct me if I'm wrong, Gary, but now when you're using Maximo and driver utility helper, if you get a ride for an order or a ride, it'll shut the other one off. So that's pretty cool. This is all on Android. I know it says, oh God, I have an iPhone. Yeah, so do I. If you're an actual gig worker, buy a cheap Pixel phone for $50, put a little service on it and you're fine. I mean, dude, just get an Android phone. So MiddletonTech.com, there's a link in the description. Please use that. That shows Gary that you're clicking on the links and all that stuff. And he said, "Don't play my ad after your pee stuff. Too late, too late." You know what you got yourself into on this show.
It's a timing game, Gary. He never
Yeah,
knows.
And we just lost the sponsorship.
All right, Jesper, this is a
Done
local
one.
story. This is kind of exciting.
This is a local story. It's actually from the paper also run by my company. So that's not why, but that's kind of a cool thing. So In My Biz writes today that SpartanNash and DoorDash partner to expand on-demand grocery delivery. SpartanNash is actually a pretty big company that's out of Byron Center here in Grand Rapids. And I don't even know how many stores they are kind of part of the SpartanNash family. It's over 2,100 independently owned retail stores, and then they have all the stores that they own as well. So it's probably, I mean, my guess is over 3,000 stores. But anyway, so what they're doing is that they will team with DoorDash to facilitate grocery delivery for more than 100 of its stores. Okay, so maybe not that many. So 100 of its own stores, but then the 2,100 independently owned retail stores that's also part of the network will also have access to the DoorDash infrastructure. Under the terms of the partnership, SpartanNash will serve as a distributor for both pantry and household items for DashMart, a chain of brick-and-mortar convenience stores established by DoorDash in 2020. Have you guys heard about that? DashMart?
Yeah, I have heard about it. I don't know anyone that's seen it.
I don't. Yeah, I don't. It's not local to us, at least. I know that.
I have one in my market.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
Cool.
Have
It's a
you
sketchy
used it?
area though.
It's
Is
sketchy
that-
area.
They're like
Yeah.
Kmart's, and Bigfoot. You only
More
spot
like
them
a
here and there.
7-Eleven. It's more like a 7-Eleven.
Okay, I was wondering if they were more like the new Amazon stores where you don't actually have to pay anything. You just go through it and grab what you want.
No,
and
I
then
think
go.
it's
like
just
up in
for gig
Seattle.
workers.
It's pickup only for drivers.
Oh, I get you. Okay,
I think
So-
that store you're talking about.
It's not a
in
retail
Seattle, too,
storefront.
where you just go grab everything you want and it charges
Yep,
you as you
there's-
walk out.
There's several in New York as well. So SpartanNash will begin by distributing to only DashMart locations in New York City. And customer-centric innovation is a key priority to drive growth at SpartanNash, and joining forces with DoorDash will enable us to expand our customer base and capture more of the grocery retail market by rapidly scaling our digital offering with a leading partner. So I saw the article. I thought it was a cool thing from a local retail that they are teaming up with DoorDash to kind of offer in-home delivery. So this would be like shipped for Amaya and all the other partners, or who is it that does it for Target these days? I forget.
Shipped.
Is it also shipped? Okay,
Yes.
so either
Target
way,
owns
yeah.
ship.
Oh,
They
that's
do.
right. That's right. But what is the other one? So the one that does Aldi is who?
Instacart.
Instacart. There you go. That's the one I'm thinking about.
Sucks.
So yeah, they suck. But anyways, but so that I thought it was cool that now SpartanNash local company is doing the same with DoorDash. So that's all.
It's funny you say that because Eli, I don't know if you guys know Eli Esch. John, you know him probably.
Yeah.
He's a YouTuber, kind of way younger than us. Like he's always like 19 and like I'm
he's
gonna
the same
go
age as-
60 hours in a row. Like he's like me. But
He's
he
the same
works.
age as Nugs.
He works up. He actually lived here in Denver for a little bit, and then he moved back to Minneapolis. And he's working Shipped, and you can work Shipped off the Shipped app now on a different app where you just go to these locations and you're not doing any of the shops. You're just getting and going.
Delivering them.
It's
They
like
have-
Amazon
they've had
Flex
that-
for Target.
Yeah,
Like
they've had
like
that in Grand Rapids
Target
for a while.
Shipped, but Target integrated Shipped super centers.
Mhm.
Right.
There's like
Oh.
2 of them right now.
Oh, so it's like that's all it's for is just
Yeah.
the delivery.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
You don't.
Or
Yeah, you just
Target.com
you pull
orders.
into like what would be like a like going to work for FedEx in the morning, where you
Yeah.
go pick up your truck and leave your car. It's like that kind of looking industrial area.
Okay. I think you're going to see more and more of that as online
Mhm.
becomes huge. You're going to see more and more of that. Especially, I feel like Target is kind of up and coming as far as like
Right.
the tech part of it. I know
Yeah.
we talked. I think on the show they have kind of adapted the gig economy way of things where you can be an employee for Target and only have to work 2 shifts every 6 months to stay active and in that kind of stuff. And then they just throw it out there and you can work when you want. So I know they're not all like that, but they are offering it. So it's nice to see some of these bigger companies being like, yeah, we need to roll with gig economy, because if we don't, we're going to get left in the dust.
So do you guys think that there's going to be is there a future where all retail will be completely gone from brick and mortar?
No, it'll just be downsized.
I think it'll be half of what it is.
Mm-hmm.
but look at how, it already is demolished.
I don't know. I went to Target with my daughter the other day, and that shit was busy in there, man.
Target.
But they don't.
I think we're talking about like mom and pop and the days
Oh,
of like
yeah.
businesses.
But also the Myers and the Targets and that kind of stuff. Are they gonna turn down to close to nothing, and then most of what they're gonna have is going to be, factory workers just packing stuff for workers like us to take it directly to the home delivery?
Well, once they move to that model, then it'll be robots, not factory workers.
Fair enough.
There's no way in hell my wife's gonna let a robot pick her produce. I'm just saying right now.
No, I was just thinking about that part. Like maybe what would they do? Have the Starbucks at a Target and the produce open to go into, and the rest you could you would just have to order it and get it.
Yeah.
So Gary brings up a good point. Aren't they already? And my wife she was out shopping almost all the time, and her comment, not all the time, I shouldn't say that, but when she goes out shopping, what?
Thank
you so much. Yeah, that'll be. But her comment is when she is out, they don't have a third of what they used to have before the pandemic.
Right.
Like they don't have nearly as many of each of the sizes or each of the stores that she can find online. And so it ends up being just a giant waste of time.
Yeah, for sure.
And it's like,
I'm down for the online. I'm fine with it. I mean,
particularly with how easy it is to return shit now, right? Just take it back to Kohl's.
Yeah, I'm waiting for the day where we talked about it on a previous show where I think it was DoorDash. They'll come pick up your shit. You don't even have to return it. I'm like, I'm down for even that, even if it was a small fee.
So everything automated except for the Salvation Army.
Well, and then here, what is it that the Goodwill?
Yeah, I'd pay somebody to pick up my wife's Goodwill shit. She puts it.
You couldn't have robots pricing out chairs.
Yeah, she puts it in a laundry basket. Now she's decent with it, but there's been times where it sat in her car for a month. I'm like, just drop it off. Like, I'd pay $5 for have somebody come up and take it away from me. All right, we're gonna pivot here. Just I know you love all those words. We're gonna skip the helicopter.
What does pivot mean, Jason?
Yeah,
come on, pivot.
We're gonna skip the next two articles. Let's jump to that picture for the tip, John, if you want to do that.
Yep, got it.
I don't know whose article is this. Oh, it's mine. Article. It says, thanks for the tip. I really appreciate it. Customer, come back for a bigger one. Hey-oh, if you know what I mean. How old are you? Probably old enough to be your mother. So is that a no? Correct. I mean, he shot a shot. You know what I mean? Just because she's old, who cares?
A for effort.
Yeah. I think that's assault. I think that's something. I think
it could be many things.
Hey,
honestly, you can't sue anybody for anything.
Oh,
I'm sure there's some lawyers out there who wouldn't even consider that a frivolous one. Like, would go, "Oh, that's blatant."
I don't like that society we're in right now, where everything you have to be careful about saying everything.
Yeah,
I mean, I get it. If I'm offensive or whatever, I should be scolded. But like, you get so scared to freaking say anything now.
You can't walk around on fucking eggshells all the time, right?
Yep.
It's like,
I think people just need to get back to jiving with what works for them. It's like I always use the comedy club model. Don't go to the comedy club if you can't be offended. Do not go. I mean, it doesn't need to say that on the door for you not to go.
Right.
Well, and then people need to stop taking everything so personal. Okay?
There you go. Yep.
Drives me fucking bonkers. I mean,
Catherine says, I get hit on all the time. These college kids are something else. They have fine wine taste.
There we go, Catherine. That's the way to do it. That's the spirit.
Fine wine taste with a beer budget.
That's the real problem.
On a PBR budget. All right. One more ad spot, and then couple more and we'll wrap up. Moves Financial. Moves is the new home for the gig business, the unofficial bank account for gig workers coast to coast. You can download the app on iOS and Android. They offer cash advances up to $1,000 calculated simply based on gig earnings deposited in your spending account. No credit checks and no paperwork. These guys are awesome. I can't wait to talk to Matt, the CEO. We're going to hook up with him at the end of the month, and you'll get to hear what new things they're doing for Moves Financial. Basically, what Moves Financial is a card and or a platform that it tracks all your earnings in one spot. You can use a debit card instead of using the Uber card or the DoorDash card, which is very unreliable. Did I say Moose, Tyler?
No, he said Moves.
Okay. Moose Financial.
They'll be on next month. Moose
They're a sponsor next month. But yeah, check them out. The link is in the description. And then also one big thing is different about them. They have a Moves Collective where you're earning and you can accumulate free stock as you manage your money with Moves. So if you do all Uber, you're going to get some Uber stock, which we know is just bumping right now. But yeah, check out the link in the description. Moves Financial is a financial technology company. It's not a bank. Banking service to provide Blue Ridge Bank NA, member FDIC. The Moves Financial Visa debit card is issued by Blue Ridge Bank NA pursuant to license from Visa USA Incorporated and may be used everywhere Visa debit cards are accepted. Cash advances are provided by Moves Financial, not Blue Ridge Bank. Cashback on gas, terms and conditions apply. And then there's a bunch of other shit, but the disclosures are in the description. It's funny they added cash advances are provided by Moose Financial, not Blue Ridge Bank. That wasn't on the last time we did it. So,
I was just thinking about when you were saying, they're giving you stock in the companies, like, and how bad these companies are doing. But really, we forget that Matt at Moves actually gives you dollar amount. So you'd actually be making out better right now.
Yeah.
You'd be getting more whole stock share.
Correct. Yep.
Yes.
So as funny as it is, when the market's low, you want to go into Moves hard, like right now today.
Right.
Get in there. Well,
I've been buying a little, like I have a fund. I use Stash as well, and I get buy $5 here and there. I enjoy it, but I go in there when I have some money and I buy the lowest stock. That's doing the worst.
By the way, this is not financial advice.
No, hell no. God, no.
Just wanted to put that in there.
Coin toss would be better, guys.
Hey, thank you, John.
We're gonna skip.
My stash isn't doing too well.
We're gonna wrap up with a little a 3-segment of video of a TikToker, and then we'll probably skip the rest of them. We'll maybe use them on another show, but so we're gonna play all 3 of these. Stick with them. They're about 2 minutes, 1.5 minutes, 2 minutes. But I thought this was an interesting story, and I feel like Uber drivers and people in the community in the gig community get just a bunch of shit. It's always they just get shit on, and they never get the love that they are deserved. And I thought this was a cool opportunity for her and for the gig worker. So we're gonna play those videos. You'll get the gist of it.
Every time I went to Coachella this weekend, and I thought this guy was kind of hitting on me, but then he just robbed me. So yeah, this guy was talking to me, and I turned my back to him, and my friend heard him say, "I'm gonna make this girl talk to me tomorrow. I'm gonna steal her stuff." And he did. He did. He took my phone, my credit card, and the keys to my rental car out of my purse. So when I was stranded in a random city in California the next day, no money, no phone, no way to get anywhere, I was like, you know who was hot? The guy who did this to me. So the hotel staff ended up paying for an Uber for me to get to a Sprint store so I could get a new phone while we watched my car get towed because I had no keys. And when the Uber driver picked me up, he was like, "Ew, what happened to you?" And I was like, "Nah, I just got robbed." And he was like, "Not on my watch." He was like, "We're getting your phone back, babe. This is my problem now." So he takes me to a Sprint store, walks in with me, talks to the workers, decides they're not helping us enough, takes me to a police station, walks in with me, ends up taking over, talking to the police, and he filed this police report for me. So yeah, we became friends, and his name's Raul. We both like Starbucks, so we got some Starbies. None of my friends or family knew that I was missing, by the way. I had no way of telling anyone because I had no phone, keys, or money or anything. So Raul wasn't charging me at all for this entire day. He was just being a detective with me. for fun. So we figure out the guy's name and the Airbnb he was staying at, and the police escorted us in there and they helped us search the entire Airbnb, but we couldn't find it. And then the police were like, we're done. Sorry. Good luck on leaving this city. Raul was like, those police were idiots. We're going to figure this out on our own. But in the meantime, no reason we can't have some margs right now. Am I right? So me and my Uber driver, Raul, got margaritas while looking for my lost phone, which he bought just to make me feel better because he's an angel on this earth. At this point, I'd given up. I was like, well, at least got a margarita. What else am I supposed to do, Raul? And he was like, a lot. We're getting your phone. He takes me back to the Airbnb. We basically break in, track my phone. The man abandoned my phone on the gate of his Airbnb when he probably realized that I was going to call the cops. So yeah, that man stole my phone, my keys, my credit cards. You know what he gave me? Friendship with Raul. So it was worth it.
Okay.
Cokehead.
Steve, I saw you were not looking at her eyes. You were looking at her chest.
Cokehead. I was watching her hands. I was watching her put on makeup once, then put it back, then twist it, then put it back on again, then put it away. One little spot. Then she put her lipstick on. Then her hands are tweaking. She's cokehead.
Okay. Well, that's not part of the story.
The end. Why does she have no friends? Where's her friends?
That was weird.
Why does she not know any phone numbers? I mean, I don't know a lot, but none.
Well,
You don't.
Also, just to provide some context on where the location is, Coachella is basically in a desert. It's outside of Palm Springs. It's in a city called Indio. It's nothing but dirt there. So it's not in a city or downtown area.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Okay.
So I watched it. Okay, and I was very judgmental, like Steve was. I just didn't say it right away. I was like, I don't know about this. I don't know if I want to share this. She seems, I don't know. She's gorgeous. But I thought, like, yeah, Raul wants to help because, he wants
He
because
wants
you're
your number.
hot.
Yeah.
So I thought that, and shame on me. So we're gonna watch two more videos, and the story kind of opens up a little bit. So let's play the second.
I haven't seen any for cokeheadness.
Okay.
So I got robbed at Coachella, and my Uber driver saved me. After I got in his car, I pretended everything was fine, but he insisted on staying with me because he had an instinct that I needed help. All I wanted to do was buy a new phone, but he was like, no, we're going to the police, and he helped me file a police report. Kept me calm by getting Starbucks with me because I was stranded. Helped me manually track down my phone and credit card after the police wouldn't help us. And then we were like, let's go get some marks. So we did. Then he helped me get a rental car to get home. While we were eating, he started showing me pictures of his family, which is when I learned that his daughter is currently going through chemo and his dad has terminal cancer. And they were both under Raul's care, which is why he had to Uber drive. Here's his daughter, Myra. She's a senior in high school this year. Prom and graduation are coming up next month, but because she's going through chemo, normal high school things and teenager things are really hard for her to experience. Raul ended his Uber shift that morning to spend his day helping me, expecting nothing in return. So yesterday, I made him a GoFundMe with a goal of $1,000, and we reached that in 1 hour. I keep raising the goal amount, obviously, but last night I got to FaceTime the entire family. And that's when I realized that this could not have come at a better time. They are all amazing, by the way. I love them. They're stuck with me forever. But they let me know that Raul didn't Uber yesterday because he didn't know how much time he had with his dad left. His dad had not been doing well. I'm so proud to say that in one day, we have raised over $50,000 for the Torres family. When I woke up this morning, I got a text from Linda, Raul's wife, who let me know that, sadly, this morning Raul's dad passed away. So now they have funeral expenses to worry about, too. When I was in the car with him, it seemed like we were both so focused on my situation. We were only talking about getting me a phone and like things that did not matter when he completely glazed over the fact that like his daughter and his dad were the ones that needed help. Yeah, the timing is insane. My birthday is the day that Myra, his daughter, was diagnosed with cancer, June 16th, 2 years ago. So that's insane too. Everything about this is insane. His dad passed this morning. He has a funeral that he has to plan. And Myra has prom and graduation next month. So she needs like a dress and she needs a wig and she needs just like any normal thing that any normal high school girl going to prom would need. Here he is with his daughters. His entire family loves him. They were like, oh my God, no, he does that all the time. He helps everyone. Thank God he treated me like a daughter that day too.
Okay. Steve, you're still being a dick over there.
Yeah, I am. If all that's true, I feel bad. But you know what? This story just seems sketchier now. What happened was the first TikTok came out. The wife saw it, got pissed as all whatever. What are you doing hanging out with this chick, buying her margaritas and trying to roofie her?
Trying to roofie her.
And then he was.
Have a little bit of faith in humanity, Steve.
You better get some turnaround on this right now.
Oh, Steven. Steven, I'm talking to Marissa. This is bullshit. Marissa's gonna beat your ass.
Yeah.
Okay, so it gets better, and
if
then
it's all true, okay. It just seems weird that the first play out where none of that's happening to the entire family exploded in the second.
It does seem a little weird. I don't think it's fake. She's got a big following, so obviously she's gonna video all this. It becomes great for her too. I mean, it's a good thing for her. All right, let's watch the third one, and then we'll wrap.
I raised $175,000 for my Uber driver. But you guys didn't expect that on your 2022 bingo cards. The thing about this is, number one, I am so grateful. I'm so thankful that all of you guys saw exactly what I saw in Raul and his family, and you wanted to help support him. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm so grateful. I'm freaking out. But also, what do I do now? I don't think anyone thought this would happen. So no one gave me a to-do list or like instructions on what to do next. So I've just been walking around like a sim. Like, is this real? Is this real? I was at Chipotle today and I was like, careful, don't give me too much guac or I might raise almost $250,000 for you. Do you want any money? By the way, this family earned this money, needed this money, deserves this money. But now I'm like, anyone else? I'm so glad I got robbed.
Cokehead.
See now,
Okay, that third one was I didn't watch.
And she's very superficial.
Now she's turning selfish, right? That's what I don't. She should have not done the last one because I
went to her ego.
I know.
She shouldn't have done the first or last one. The first one, she was still on coke.
I know.
Okay,
okay.
Regardless of cocaine use for this poor gal, she did raise money for that family, and it sounds like
it's a $250,000 today. I checked.
That second video alone would be great.
Yeah,
she really is out of character.
Okay.
Either in the second or in the first and the third. I think her real character is the first and the third.
Yeah. Right. I mean, again, you got.
I think she pulled together a nice video for the second one and did something very nice for this family. But I think it was very after. She doesn't look like the brains of the operation or seem like it.
Oh, geez, Steve, stop.
Dude. Even the way she was talking, I'm just saying. But she did it. She did a great thing. She did something I couldn't do.
Right. Let's focus on the bigger picture. Is that they raised enough money to help out the family?
Yeah, I mean, and you got to remember, going back to her, so we don't understand that because we're not famous or we don't have a big following. She's doing it's a character, like that's all put up for show. No, I agree that last third video was a little crazy, but she's presenting that. My guess is she's not like that in real life, but
maybe she was. She even said in the video, "Hey, what do you need? Do you need 150 grand? So let's email her." Yeah, we do.
Okay, let's start a campaign. So I'm just. How did we take this pleasant bit and you just ruined it, Steve? I mean, is
all the time?
She's from Los Angeles. John can attest to those girls.
Poor John. Now
John's a guy in Los Angeles.
I actually stay away from women like that.
Is she a
I was going to say that
she's more like Santa Monica, West LA, Westwood.
I was just going to say I married a Westwood girl. That was my first wife, so I know this very well. And she wasn't like that, but I know these LA girls are very different.
Anyways, I thought it was a great story. Fuck Steve, you're never coming on the show again. No.
Everybody, here's something to say though. Is like watch what, and I'm not saying that one, but watch what you give to on GoFundMe. There's a lot of people with a lot of crap on GoFundMe, so do watch it. I'm not saying that story. That seems legit.
Yeah,
but do watch it. There's a lot of people who do GoFundMes, and then there's a lot of people who do promos like that who aren't big names,
Yep.
but do it all over social media, is just trying to get anybody to click in.
All right, my new goal is to get Raul on the show and whatever her name was. I know his name. I don't know her
Her
name.
name is
We'll call
Becca
we'll call Gina.
What? I
Gina.
didn't think this could get any worse.
Becca Moore is her name.
Oh,
Becca
yes,
Moore.
we're giving her some love.
No, I mean,
So, hey, what is
I
she
don't know
famous
her.
for? I don't even know who she is.
well, she's
I-
probably just an influencer. That's what
Yeah,
they do,
she's
you know?
probably
Okay.
just the IG
Yeah,
person. I don't know. I
TikTok,
didn't do any
TikTok.
research on her. I just was happy that the Uber driver did go above and beyond. I mean, personally, the margarita is a little weird. I would never do that, but I would help her out.
Yeah.
I mean,
I guess like I'm the reason I asked what she did was I'm trying to figure out if she's big enough to have like a publicist, and
Oh, I'm sure she is. She may
because my
not.
guess is the publicist told her to go back and do the second piece. He
Oh, you
saw the
think
angle and
she's-
was like, "Hey, his family needs some help. Why don't you do this for them?"
yeah.
It's just a guess. I mean, I work with a lot of production companies and stuff, and if she can afford a publicist, I guarantee he was involved, or she.
She has 870,000 fans on TikTok.
She also has a podcast about frats
Oh,
and college.
fuck her.
About what? French fries?
About like frats, college, and stuff like that. So
Oh,
Oh, a
there's some
pod-
it just gets
context.
better.
all right. Now I'm offended. As a podcaster, I'm offended from that. Anyways,
Do you want to know the name of the podcast?
No,
Yes.
don't give her a free plug. No one writes for free except Steve.
I want to hear it. I want to hear it bad.
All right,
I'll
what's the-
text to you.
No, just tell me. I don't care. What is it?
It's called So I Was Like.
On that note, you boys stay online. Gary said check your phone. Check your phone, Steve. Is this? I want to see some. Is this? What did Gary send you? Is it a dick pic? I don't want to see that.
No, I think- Oh no, it's her Instagram page.
Oh, I saw it.
Oh, is
Oh,
it?
she's in like skimpy nothing, drinking
Oh,
drinking a drink
Drinking
with,
a
like,
margarita.
with like a thong on, and
Oh man,
Gary. Whatever your middle name is.
Middleton.
No,
Maximo.
that's his last name.
Anyways,
Anyway,
on that note,
This show has been 20 minutes too long. I tried to do a nice thing. I'm gonna get Raul on. We'll get to the bottom of this. But guys, thanks so much for listening. I appreciate every one of you. We'll see you in a couple. Steve, what do you got? What do you give a plug? What do you got? What are you dropping?
Radio show on Friday with Jesper this week, but
Yep.
I got different co-hosts. I've never had a co-host before, but I'm going to do like 12 weeks in a row on the Tuesday podcast with a different co-host every week.
Oh my gosh.
I'll be
And
one of them.
a lot
Thanks
of
for the
YouTube
invite.
people that haven't done audio podcasts, and it's not going to be for YouTube. So I'm going to transfer their worlds a bit. And
Oh, that's cool. Good,
Yeah.
good looking out.
it's going to,
perfect.
and it's just some people that aren't known at all.
Ah,
So I just was
Nice.
like, hey, let's do this. And they're like,
hey,
really?
make sure
I'm
you
like,
do a little pre-interview before that.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Yeah, no, we've at least had, I'll have a conversation before
Okay.
we,
It could be a disaster.
right. Yeah, you and I have
Oh
talked about it.
Gregory says you have to fight with Ellen for Raul. Did he get on Ellen? Oh,
Oh,
motherfucker. All right, we need to get Raul. I'm going to work on it right now. I love you guys. Have a good night.
thanks, guys.